Hi all, welcome to BIAS Academy. Let's look at Science and Technology audio notes for Prelims and Mains, Unit 1, Part 6, Chapter Indigenous Technologies and Developing New Technologies. The topics covered are indigenization of technology, steps taken by government for promotion of indigenous technologies, indigenous technologies developed by DRDO, instrumentation development program, Government of India measures for development and research in the areas of science and technology, Science and Technology of Yoga and Meditation, that is Satyam program, Cognitive Science Research Initiative, CSRI, Visiting Advanced Joint Research, that is Vajra program. Next is National Science and Technology Management Information System, that is NSTMIS. And the last topic is Government of India progress in science and technology through international cooperation. So let's look at the first topic, indigenization of technology. The process in which the technologies which are acquired from other countries through imports and developed with the help of domestically available human and technical resources. A country like India requires indigenization of technology, as it would be difficult to disseminate the fruits of technology to all the sections of the society, especially the underprivileged, if they are continuously imported from outside. Currently, India imports around $100 billion worth of electronic and electrical appliances and related goods every year. Such a huge dependence on technological imports may not help us in achieving self-reliance in this sector. Indigenization plays a significant role in accomplishment of national security as well as national quest for self-reliance. Indigenization of technology is not possible until unless the country has robust innovation. Such innovation system should be based on the socio-economic and security challenges of the country. Hence, India requires innovation for self-reliance to overcome the challenges in induction of indigenous systems. Now let's look at the steps. So, considering this situation, let's look at what are the steps taken by the Government of India for promotion of indigenous technologies in the country. The Government of India has taken a number of steps for the promotion of indigenous technologies. The major focused areas for development and deployment of indigenous technological solutions are water, solar energy, nanotechnology, affordable healthcare, potash fertilizers, national security, and bamboo-based construction materials. The indigenous technologies developed by various institutions are promoted and continuously as a part of ongoing efforts. Number 1, the National Innovation Foundation NIF at Ahmedabad conducts biennial once in 2 years national competitions for grassroots level, promotes green technologies developed by farmers, technologies developed by mechanics, artisans, validates these innovations and helps to protect their intellectual property. If possible, go to the National Innovation Foundation website. You will see the current programs or any technologies developed by them. Next point is Department of Science and Technology has been focusing on development of convergent technology solutions, including technological demonstrations as well. The department also provides support for validation demonstration, popularization of the proven technology for a large benefit of the people through its state and science and technology programs. Third point, the Technology Development Board, that is TDB, extends soft loan for promoting inventions of commercially viable technologies. 4. The Technological Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, that is TIFAC, Technological Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, in collaboration with SIDBI, that is SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India, facilitates promotion of indigenous technologies. In addition to that, TIFAC also provides support for promotion of innovative technologies or innovative products through its technological refinement and marketing program. In short, it's called TREMAP, Technological Refinement and Marketing Program. Through that, what does TIFAC do? It provides support for promotion of innovative technologies or products. The next point is the Department of Biotechnology has formulated and implemented a number of programs relating to medical technologies and biodesign innovation. These include Stanford India Biodesign Program, Healthcare Technology Innovation Center, Center for Bioscience and Bioengineering, Center for Biodesign and In Vitro Diagnostics. The next point, that is sixth point, the Department of Science and Industrial Research, that is DSIR, has launched a patent acquisition and collaborative research for technological development. What is it? PACE, PAC, patent acquisition and collaborative research and technological development. The scheme has been launched in 12th five-year plan with the aim to support Indian industries to acquire patented technology at an early stage, add value to the acquired technology either independently or in collaboration with public funded research institutions or abroad for exploration in India or foreign markets, and to develop made in India and innovative and socially relevant products for public consumption. So simply put, through the DSIR through PACE supports industries to acquire patented technology at an early stage and other technologies as well. Okay, the next one, seventh one, the innovation complexes of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is the CSIR, catalyze innovation ecosystem in the region, incubate platform technologies in the identified areas, incubate spin-offs, and nurture micro, small and medium enterprises in the designated fields through innovative inputs. National Research Development Corporation, that is NRDC, encourages invention promotion through leverage innovations and inventions for competitiveness through its activities. So let's recap what we have seen in this. The steps taken by the Government of India for promotion of indigenous technologies, that is, Government of India has taken many steps till date for the promotion of indigenous technologies, especially in the areas of solar energy, water, nanotechnology, affordable healthcare, potash fertilizers, national security, and bamboo-based construction materials. How did it do this? It has developed indigenous technologies through various institutions that are spanned across the country. So let's look at the institutions. First one is National Innovation Foundation, Ahmedabad, which conducts biennial national competitions for grassroots level for the green technology developed by farmers, mechanics, artisans, and it also validates these innovations and helps them to protect their intellectual property right. The next is Department of Science and Technology. It focuses on development of convergent technological solutions, including it also demonstrates it and also helps in popularization of these technologies. The next is Technology Development Board, which extends soft loans for promotion of inventions for commercially viable technologies. The fourth one is TIFAC, that is Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, in association with Small Industries Development Bank of India, facilitates promotion of indigenous technologies. Next is Department of Biotechnology. It has formulated and implemented a number of programs related to medical technologies and biodesign innovation as well. Now the next one, sixth one, is Department of Scientific and Industrial Research has launched patent acquisition and collaborative research and technology development, in short PACE scheme, in 12th five-year plan with an aim to support Indian industries to acquire patented technology at an early stage. The next one is CISR's Innovation Complex, which catalyze an innovation ecosystem in the region. They incubate platform technologies in the identified areas, they incubate spin-offs, and also nurture MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises. And the last one which I have seen is National Research Development Corporation, which encourages invention through its activities. Good. Now let's go to the next topic. Indigenous technologies developed by DRDO, that is Defense Research Development Organization. DRDO has been developing technologies, products and systems that are required for armed forces of the country. After trial evaluation and acceptance by the users, these technologies are transferred to production agencies for manufacture and supply. The indigenous technologies developed by DRDO are available for transfer to Indian industry. The major indigenous technologies developed by DRDO are Light Combat Aircraft, that LCA, that is Tejas, Long Range Surface to Air Missile, LRSAM, Surface to Surface Missile System, Electronic Warfare System, Shakti, Hull Mounted Sonar New Generation, Varunastra Torpedo, Commander's Thermal Imaging Sight for T-90, Multi-Mission Maritime Aircraft, Akash Weapon, 7-ton heavy drop system, electronical optical fire control system for naval ships, Marich anti-torpedo decoy system, Abai sonar, near-field acoustic characterization system, and advanced indigenous distress sonar system for submarines. Just remember a few so that it might help you in your examination. So let's look at the next topic, instrumentation development program that promotes the indigenization. Instrumentation is one of the major areas of science and technology which makes a great impact on vital sectors of the national activities such as education, scientific research, industry, agriculture, medicine and health. The Department of Science and Technology has been promoting the area of instrumentation through its instrumentation development program. You might get this as a short note. It has only two objectives. The first one is the program focuses on strengthening indigenous capability for research, design, development and production of instruments in the country. The second objective is indigenous development and production of instruments, continuous updating of technological instruments to keep pace with technology improvements taking place globally and innovations in the area of instrumentation. So now let's recap the indigenous technology developed by DRDO. DRDO, after trial evaluation and acceptance by the users, transfers the technology to production agencies for manufacture and supply. Some of the developments of the DRDO are also available to the Indian industry. And let's look at the major technologies, indigenous technologies developed by DRDO. That is one LCA, Light Combat Aircraft Tejas, and then you can remember LRSAM, Long Range Surface to Air Missile, Varunastra Torpedo, Akash Weapon System, Marich Anti-Torpedo, Abai Sonar, Advanced Indigenous Distress Sonar Systems for submarines. And then we have seen Instrumentation Development Program, which is vital for national activities such as education, scientific research, industry, agriculture, medicine and health. The Department of Science and Technology has been promoting the instrumentation through Instrumentation Development Program. The main objectives of the program are strengthening indigenous capability for research, design, development and production. Second objective is indigenous deployment and production of instruments, continuous updating of technology of the instruments to keep up with the global pace, and also encouraging innovations in the area of instrumentation. Let's go to the next topic, measures carried out by the Government of India for development and research in the area of science and technology. Government of India is already implementing a variety of programs with the objective of promoting research in the areas of science and technology by increased emphasis on development of indigenous talent. With the objective of promoting innovation, the Government of India launched Science and Technology Innovation Policy in 2013. It is also called STI Policy 2013 or Science and Technology Innovation Policy in 2013. To attract young talent towards scientific research, the DST, that is Department of Science and Technology, is implementing innovation in science pursued for inspired research, that is called INSPIRE. As a part of this program, INSPIRED awards are presented to more than 13 lakh students in the age group of 10 to 15 years. DST is also implementing knowledge involvement in research advancement through nurturing. In short, KIRAN, it's called KIRAN, knowledge involvement in research advancement through nurturing, with the objective of promoting research among women scientists. More than 2,500 women scientists were benefited by the program. Indo-US Fellowship in STEM, that is Science, Technology, Engineering, Maths. Indo-US Fellowship in STEM is started in 2017-18 and 20 women visited US labs and universities. With the objective of promoting new innovation areas based on national requirements, new ideas were encouraged and collected from 10 lakh school students under the program Million Minds Augmenting National Aspirations and Knowledge. That is MANAK, M-A-N-A-K. Million Minds Augmenting National Aspirations and Knowledge. The best of these ideas are promoted and are provided protection under intellectual property rights. The Government of India is already encouraging young scientists by presenting them a variety of awards. Most of them are Bhatnagar Awards and J.C. Bose Fellowship by Science and Engineering Research Board In the last 3 years, 22,100 scientists work financially assisted by DST, Department of Science and DBT, with the objective of developing human resources by promoting higher education. 5 new Indian Institute of Science Education and Research were established at Pune, Mohali, Kolkata, Bhopal, Tirunanthapuram. They will be developed on the lines of IISCs at Bangalore, that is Indian Institute of Sciences at Bangalore. In order to promote the research in emerging areas of science and technology, 11 new autonomous institutions were established under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Let's look at the major of the. One is National Innovation Fund, Ahmedabad; Institute for Advanced Studies in Science and Technology, Guwahati. Next one is National Center for Molecular Materials, Tirunanthapuram; National Agriculture, Food, Biotechnology Institute, Mohali; Translational Health Sciences and Technology Institute, Faridabad, that is THST; and Regional Center for Biotechnology, RCB, at Faridabad. In order to promote educational institutions, laboratories, and other research centers for research in the areas of science engineering, an autonomous science engineering research board was established. Government of India has decided to establish new IITs and IIITs through the country. So now let's recap what we have discussed. So Government of India has implemented many programs, and it is also designed a policy that is called Science and Technology Innovation Policy 2013, through which the DST has implemented a program called Inspire to attract young talent towards scientific research. And DST is also implementing Kiran, that is knowledge involvement in research advancement through nurturing, with the objective of promoting research among women scientists. More than 2,500 women scientists were benefited by this program. In collaboration with Indo-USA, that is Indo-US Fellowship in STEM, it started in 2017-18, and 20 women visited US labs and universities. 10 lakh students under the program of MANAK have been encouraged to submit the new ideas. The Government of India is already presenting various awards like Bhatnagar Awards under CSR, J.C. Bose Fellowship by SERB, Science and Engineering Research Board, and then 5 new Indian Institute of Science and Technology, Science Education and Research institutions were established at Pune, Mohali, Kolkata, Bhopal, and Tirunanthapuram. And the Government of India has, to promote research in emerging areas of science and technology, has established 11 autonomous institutions, of which we have seen National Innovation Fund at Ahmedabad, IASST at Guwahati, then NCMM, that is National Center for Molecular Materials at Tirunanthapuram, then NABI, National Agri Food Biotechnology Institute at Mohali, and then we have seen THST, that is Translational Health Sciences and Technology Institute at Faridabad, and then finally we have seen RCB, Regional Center for Biotechnology, Faridabad. Apart from this, Government of India is planning to establish new IITs and IIITs throughout the country. Okay, let's go to the next topic. Science and Technology of Yoga and Meditation Program. In short, it is called SATYAM, SATYM. Science and Technology of Yoga and Meditation is a research program conceptualized by Department of Science and Technology in 2015 under its Cognitive Science Research Initiative, that is CSRI. Not CSIR, it is CSRI. Cognitive Science Research Initiative is an interdisciplinary approach to converging different and diverse disciplines, as well as approaches and methods in the study of yoga and meditation. Both yoga and meditation are interdisciplinary endeavors that interface with neuroscience, medicine, psychology, philosophy, and so on. Such comprehensive research on yoga and meditation is expected to address various challenges confronting physical and mental health. This new program is aimed to foster scientific research on the effects of yoga and meditation on physical and mental health, and on cognitive function in healthy people as well as in patients with disorders. Under Satyam, research proposals are invited from scientists, academicians, preferably having prior research experience in scientific aspects of yoga and meditation. Multi-center interdisciplinary research proposals are encouraged. Basic themes covered by Satyam include, among others, are investigation. Number one is investigations on the effect of yoga and meditation on physical and mental health and well-being. Number two is investigations on the effects of yoga and meditation on the body, brain, and mind in terms of basic process and mechanism. Let's recap what we have seen. We have seen Science and Technology of Yoga and Meditation. It was launched in 2015 by the Department of Science and Technology under its Cognitive Science Research Initiative, that is CSRI, which is an interdisciplinary approach to convergent, different and diverse disciplines. Both yoga and meditation are interdisciplinary endeavors that interface with neuroscience, medicine, psychology, philosophy and many other sciences as well. So this is expected to address various challenges confronting physical and mental health. This new program is aimed to foster scientific research on the effects of yoga and meditation on physical and mental health and well-being, and also on cognitive function in healthy people as well as in patients' disorder. So the basic themes or the objectives covered in Satyam are investigation. Number one is investigations on the effect of yoga and meditation on physical and mental health. Number two is investigations on the effect of yoga and meditation on body, brain, mind in terms of basic process and mechanisms. Good. Let's go to the next topic, that is Cognitive Science Research Initiative by Department of Science and Technology. With the aim to foster scientific research in interdisciplinary field of cognitive science for better understanding of Indian mindsets, languages and cognitive disorders, etc., the Department of Science and Technology has launched an initiative which is a highly focused program called Cognitive Science Research Initiative in 2008 during the 11th 5-year plan. Earlier we have seen the Satyam was launched in 2015 under CSRI, but CSRI by itself has been launched in 2008 during the 11th 5-year plan. Okay, let me have some water. Thank you. This Cognitive Science Research Initiative facilities is a platform to scientific community to work for better solution of challenges related to or with cognitive disorders and social issues through various psychological tools, batteries, early diagnosis and better therapies and intervention technologies and rehabilitation programs. Cognitive Science Research Initiative is aimed to revolutionize research in various fields such as nature and origins of mental disorders, physiological, social and neurochemical origins. Simply put, it tries to figure out the nature and origin of mental disorders or physical disorders or social or neurochemical disorders. Next one is designing of better learning tools and educational paradigms, and also design of better software technologies, and also focus on developing artificial intelligence devices. It also helps in streamlining of social policy formulation and analysis. The major thrust areas are cognitive science has wide horizons which cover different aspects of cognition. DST has identified specific thrust areas in cognitive science which include foundations of cognition, language and cognition, computational intelligence, cognitive psychology and cognitive neuroscience. So are you wondering what is cognition? Reply me in the comments below what cognition is. Okay, activities supported under this CSRI, that is Cognitive Science Research Initiative, are individual R&D projects which are multicentric, mega projects, postdoctoral fellowships, and it also supports schools, trainings, workshop, conferences, etc. Cognitive science is a study of human mind and brain, focusing on how mind represents and manipulates knowledge and how mental representations and process are realized in the brain. The field is highly transdisciplinary in nature, combining ideas principles, and methods of psychology, computer science, linguistics, philosophy, and neuroscience. Okay, let's recap what we have discussed. Okay, I'll tell you what cognitive science is. It's a study of human mind and brain. It focuses on how mind represents and manipulates knowledge and how mental representations and processes are realized in the brain. Okay, DST, Department of Science and Technology, has started CSRI, that is Cognitive Science Research Initiative, in 2008 during the 11th 5-year plan to facilitate a platform to scientific community to work on better solutions of challenges related with cognitive disorders and social issues through various psychological tools, early diagnostics, bed and therapies, and intervention technologies and rehabilitation programs. CSRI is aimed to revolutionize research in various fields such as nature and origin of mental disorders, designing better learning tools and educational paradigms, designing better software technologies and artificial intelligence devices. It also helps in social policy formulation and analysis. Cognitive science has wide horizons which covers different aspects of cognition. DST has identified specific thrust areas in cognitive science which include foundations of cognition, language and cognition, computational intelligence, cognitive psychology, and cognitive neuroscience. Activities supported under CSRI are individual research R&D projects, research and development projects which are multicentric, and also mega projects, postdoctoral fellowships, and supports schools, trainings, workshops, conferences, etc. Now let's go to the next objective, that is Vajra, which is visiting advanced joint research. Visiting advanced joint research is a scheme by DST, that is Department of Science and Technology, which enables NRIs, non-resident Indians, and overseas scientific community, that means the citizens who are not our citizens, to participate and contribute to research and development in India. Simply put, it's an opportunity to participate in research and development by foreigners and NRIs. The Prime Minister of India has announced the launching of Vajra during the 14th Pravas Bharati Divas Convention at Bengaluru on 8th January 2017. The Science and Engineering Research Board, as a statutory body of department, will implement the scheme. Vajra faculty will undertake research in S&T priority areas of the nation wherein the capability and capacity are needed to be developed. The Vajra faculty will engage in collaborative research in public funded institutions. The residency period of a Vajra faculty in India would be for a minimum period of 1 month and a maximum of 3 months in a year. The Indian collaborator and an overseas faculty will jointly frame the research plan. An application duly endorsed by the head of the institution will be submitted online by the Indian collaborator. A selection committee of eminent scientists will evaluate the applications. The committee will meet twice a year in January and July and make recommendations. The SERB will announce the results in the month of April and September. Why SERB will announce? Because it is the implementation partner on behalf of DST. Okay. Publicly funded academic institutions and national laboratories are also eligible to host Vajra faculty. These institutions should appoint them as adjunct or visiting faculty and involve them in co-guiding and mentoring of students and developing collaborative programs. The faculty can also be allowed to participate in other academic activities as agreed by the host institution and faculty. So let's recap. What is it? We have seen visiting advanced joint research. In short, it is called Vajra, VAJRA. It's a scheme launched by Department of Science and Technology, which enables NRIs and overseas scientific community to participate and contribute to research and development in India. Launched by the Prime Minister of India on 14th Pravas Bharati Divas Convention, which was held at Bengaluru on 8th January 2017. SERB, the Science and Engineering Research Board, a statutory body of department, will implement the scheme. Vajra faculty will undertake research in S&T priority areas of the nation. Vajra faculty will also engage in collaborative research in publicly funded institutions. The residency period is from 1 month to 3 months in a year. The Indian collaborator and an overseas faculty will jointly frame a research plan and apply application duly endorsed by the head of the institution, and they will submit online. The selection committee of eminent scientists will evaluate the applications. The committee will meet twice in a year, that is once in January and July, and make its recommendations. SCRB will announce the results in the month of April and September. Publicly funded academic institutions and national laboratories are also eligible to host Vajra faculty. These institutions appoint them as adjunct and involve them in the co-guiding, mentoring of students and developing collaborative programs. The faculty can also be allowed to participate in other academic activities as agreed by the host institution. Good. Let's go to the next topic, that is National Science and Technology Management Information System, that is NST-MIS. The Management Information System is a division of, that is the National Science and Technology Management Information System is a division of Department of Science and Technology. What is it? A division of DST, which has been entrusted with the task of building information based on a continuous basis on resources devoted to scientific and technological activities for policy planning in the country. It's nothing but it builds information based on a continuous basis on scientific and technological activities which are useful for policy planning in the country. NST-MIS undertakes broadly two types of research activities. One is in-house research, the second one is sponsored research. Let's look at in-house research. It includes national survey on resources devoted to science and technology activities in the country, and also national level database on extramural sponsored R&D projects as an outcome of above in-house research. NST-MIS brings out the publications on issues like research and development in statistics, research and development in industry, science and technology data book, directory of R&D institutions, and directory of extramural R&D projects. Simply put, it collects the data of development of R&D in statistics, R&D in industry, SNT data book, directory on R&D. Directory is a book of R&D institutions, directory of extramural, that is sponsored, directory of extramural or sponsored R&D projects. Now let's look at what NST-MIS undertakes apart from in-house research. It undertakes sponsored research. While some of the valuable basic data on input resources in SNT activities were processed in-house, it was felt necessary to involve other interested individuals or interested organizations to take up studies in the sponsored project mode in order to convert this activity into a very comprehensive and cohesive plan program to make available science and technology indicators. So far, more than 125 projects on various facets of SNT have been sponsored to various organizations, and the results of the 85 completed projects have been already published in the form of resource and disseminated to various researchers and users as well. Simply put, it involves individuals or organizations to take up studies in sponsored project in order to, under this 125 projects on various facets of SNT have been sponsored, of which 85 projects have published in the form of were been published. Good. What are the new initiatives taken out under NST-MIS is recognizing the importance of innovation. The Indian government has mounted a new initiative, that is the Science and Technology Innovation and Creation of Knowledge Framework. In short, it is called STICK, that is STICK, Science and Technology Innovation and Creation of Knowledge Framework. The National Innovation Survey Framework evolved in-depth discussion with national and international experts shall be used in the implementation of STICK program. NST-MIS division maintains a close liaison with UNESCO, NSF, OECD. What is OECD? Reply me in the comments below, etc. On what matters does it maintain liaison? The matters related to SNT statistics, indicators, and NST-MIS expertise has also been shared with other developing nations like China, Trinidad, Tobago, not tobacco, it is Tobago. Apart from this, NSTMIS continually interacts with various national organizations like Niti Aayog, Institute of Applied Manpower Research, University UGC, Confederation of Indian Industries, that is CII, and other scientific organizations for exchange of information and expertise related to science, statistics, and indicators. So now let's recap what we have seen. National Science and Technology Management Information System. The key word is Management Information System. You get information, there is a process to it that is called system, and you manage that information system. So it's a division under Department of Science and Technology, which is entrusted with the task of building information on a continuous basis on the resources devoted to science and technology activities for policy planning in the country. It undertakes broadly two types of research, that is in-house research and sponsored research. And we have seen the new initiatives, that is STIC program, Science and Technology Innovation and Creation Knowledge Framework. And then we have seen NSTMIS works as a liaison between UNESCO, NSF and OECD and other organizations as well. Apart from that, it also transfers our expertise to other developing nations like Trinidad, Tobago and China. It also interacts, that is NSTMIC, which is a division of Department of Science and Technology, also interacts with Niti Aayog, Institute of Applied Manpower Research, UGC, CII and other scientific organizations for exchange of information and expertise. Now let's look at the programs carried out by the Government of India for progress in science and technology through international cooperation. The Department of Science and Technology is implementing the policy of achieving technological progress by continuous enhancement of international cooperation. Accordingly, DST is successful in implementing international science and technology programs. As a part of integrated long-term plan, India developed effective cooperation with Russia. As a part of this, Indo-Russian Research Center in Advanced Computing was established at Moscow in India. What is the center? Indo-Russian Research Center, IRRC, is an advanced computing, was established at Moscow, not in India, it is in Moscow, by India. Okay. For achieving bilateral cooperation in science and technology, an Indo-US forum is already established. The Government of India is allocating rupees 3.5 crores annually to this. Under this program, Indo-US forum, India received rupees 32 crore funding from USA, which was a good initiative. Apart from this, Indo-French Center for Promotion of Advanced Scientific Research, many science and engineering research activities are implemented in India with the help of France. Similarly, vital experiments in the area of surface engineering, automobiles, special plastic processing, pharmaceuticals are carried out as a part of Indo-German collaboration, a special program where Indian students have the opportunity of meeting German Nobel laureates by visiting Germany is being implemented from the year 2001. Joint research programs in the area of advanced materials, manufacturing technologies, information technology are in the various phases of development as a part of Indo-UK program. Apart from this Indo-Japan program, Indian scientists are carrying out basic experiments in Japan. For example, Indian scientists are carrying out basic experiments in Springate, in the Harima and the Photon factory at Tsukuba in Japan. India successfully used Japanese technologies for installation of 2-meter diameter telescope at Hanle near Ladakh. Hanle, Ladakh, it is used to observe this solar eclipses or lunar eclipse or annular eclipse which has occurred recently. Where is Ladakh? Ladakh is in J&K. A 14 GLOP computer was established at the Indian Institute of Astrophysics in Bengaluru for nuclear body simulations. The Indian scientists were allowed to use sophisticated technologies or facilities at the Center of Magnetic Resonance in the Florence city of Italy under Indo-Italian program. Apart from achieving cooperation with developed countries, India is also successfully implementing science and technology cooperation with developing countries. As a part of this, strategic cooperations are established with various developing countries. Government of India has already approved agreements related to implementation of research programs with SAARC, BIMSTEC countries. Similarly, India has achieved cooperation with countries like Myanmar, Bulgaria, Malaysia, Oman, Yemen, Syria, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Cuba, Mexico, Tunisia, and China. The Department of Atomic Energy will also be actively involved in these programs. And then India participated in CERN experiment conducted near Geneva for identifying the existence of God particle. The DST and DAE were actively involved in this program. India was included in a new study to identify a complete set of new particles due to the photon-photon collision. So don't worry about the new recent developments like the new initiative launched by Department of Science and Technology, that is space technology, INSPIRE, which enables private participation in space technology. And we'll also talk about 108th Science Congress. So I'll make separate videos for the current events, so don't worry about that, we'll cover it. Okay, let's recap what we have seen today. We have started with indigenization of technologies. What is indigenization? Developing technology within our national boundaries by not depending upon foreign technology. Then how does it help? It helps in dissemination, easy implementation, and it's a low-cost technology. What are the steps taken by the government for promotion of indigenization of technologies? We have seen it has established National Innovation Foundation. It has established Technology Development Board, and then Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, that is TIFAC, Department of Biotechnology, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, and it is also disseminates through CISR's innovation complexes. And we have seen National Research Development Corporation. If possible, go to the websites and do a cursory, have a cursory glance so that it will help you remember. And then we have seen indigenous technologies developed by DRDO, that is Defense Research Development. So we have seen the examples. It has developed light combat aircraft, that is Tejas, long range surface to air missile, that is LRSAM, Varunastra torpedo, Akash weapon system, advanced indigenous distress sonar system, which is helpful for submarines. And then we had seen instrumentation development program, which is being launched by Department of Science and Technology, with the objective of the program is to focus on strengthening indigenous capability of research design, development and production of instruments in the country. The next objective was indigenous development and production of instruments, continuous updating of technology of instruments to keep up pace with the global level. And then we have seen the measures carried out by the Government of India for development and research in the area of science and technology. We have seen Government of India has launched Science and Technology Innovation Policy 2013. It has also launched INSPIRE program to attract young talent towards scientific research. And for women, it has launched Kiran, Knowledge Involvement in Research Advancements through Nurturing, of which more than 2,500 women scientists were benefited. And also there is another program, Indo-US Fellowship under STEM, which enabled 20 women scientists or science aspiring students to visit US labs and universities. Under MANAK program, that is Million Minds Augmenting and National Aspirations and Knowledge program, 10 lakh students have submitted their new ideas. And then apart from this, it also gives, Government of India also encourages scientists by giving variety of awards, that is Bhatnagar Award by CISR and JC Bose Fellowship by Science and Engineering Research Board. And 22,100 scientists were financially assisted by DST and DBT. And it has Government of India has established 5 new Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research centers at Pune, Mohali, Kolkata, Bhopal, Tirunanthapuram, and planning to develop them in the lines of IISc at Bangalore. Apart from this, it also, in order to promote research in emerging areas of science and technology, 11 new autonomous institutions were established. For example, we have seen NIF at Ahmedabad, Indian Institute or Institute for Advanced Studies in Science and Technology, that is IASST at Guwahati. And then we have seen NCMM at Tirunanthapuram, NABI at Mohali, THST at Faridabad, RCB, that is Regional Center for Biotechnology at Faridabad. And not only this, Government of India has decided to establish new IITs and IIITs throughout the country. And then we have seen Satyam, that is Science and Technology of Yoga Meditation Program. It was launched by Department of Science and Technology in 2015 under its Cognitive Science Research Initiative, that is CSRI, right? It's an interdisciplinary approach to converge different diverse disciplines as well as approaches, methods in the study of yoga and meditation. Comprehensive research on yoga and meditation is expected to address various challenges confronting physical and mental health. The main objectives of this program are investigations on the effect of yoga and meditation on physical, mental health and well-being as well. The second objective is investigations on the effect of yoga and meditation on the body, brain and mind in terms of basic process and mechanisms. After that, we have seen Cognitive Science Research Initiative by Department of Science and Technology. It was started with the aim to foster scientific research and interdisciplinary field of cognitive science for better understanding of Indian mindsets, languages, cognitive disorders. What is cognitive science? It is a study of human mind and brain, focuses mainly on how human mind represents and manipulates knowledge and how mental representations and processes are realized in the brain. The Cognitive Science Research Initiative facilitates a platform to scientific community to work for better solutions of challenges related to cognitive disorders, social issues through various psychological tools, early diagnostics, through therapies, through intervention of technologies, or through rehabilitation technologies or programs. Good. After that, we have seen Vajra, that is Visiting Advanced Joint Research. When was it launched? It was launched by the Prime Minister during 14th Pravas Bharati Divas Convention at Bangalore on 18th January 2017. The scheme will be implemented by Science and Engineering Research Board under Department of Science and Technology. So, what is this? The faculty, the NRI or the overseas communities, scientific communities can participate and contribute in the research. So, how long they can stay in a year? That was 1 month to 3 months. They can help assist the research in the institutions with the support or in collaboration with an Indian collaborator. For this, there will be a select committee. They will meet twice in a year, and the final results will be announced by SERB in the month of April and September. Not only research activities, they can also be involved in academic activities as agreed by the host institution and the faculty. After that, we have seen National Science and Technology Management Information System. What does it do? It collects information on a continuous basis on resources devoted to science and technology activities for policy planning of the country. It broadly undertakes 2 types of research activities. One is in-house research, sponsored research. And the new initiative carried out by NSTMIS is STIC, that is Science and Technology Innovation and Creation of Knowledge Framework. Not only this, NSTMIS maintains a close liaison with UNESCO, NFC, OECD. It also shares expertise to other developing nations like China, Trinidad, Tobago. And apart from this, it also continuously interacts with Niti Aayog, Institute of Applied Manpower Research, UGC, Confederation of Indian Industries, etc. And finally, we have seen the programs carried out by the Government of India for progress of science and technology through international cooperation. In that, we have seen bilateral cooperation between Indo-US, of which Government of India allocates 3.5 crore annually, and India received 332 crores funding from USA. And then we have seen the effective cooperation between India and Russia. As a part of this, Indo-Russian Research Center in Advanced Computing was established in Moscow by India. Indo-French Center for promoting advanced and scientific research. And then we have seen Indo-German collaboration for conducting vital experiments in surface engineering, automobiles, plastic processing, pharmaceuticals, and etc. Under this program, scientists or Indian students can visit German Nobel laureates under this program. And then there is an Indo-UK program on joint research projects. And then India successfully used Japanese technologies as well in collaboration with Indo-Japan. And finally, we have seen Indo-Italian programs, under which India's scientists were allowed to use sophisticated facilities at the center of magnetic. Not only with India cooperates with developed countries, it also cooperates with developing countries as well, such as India has strategic cooperations with SAARC countries, BIMSTEC countries, Bulgaria, Malaysia, Oman, Yemen, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Cuba, Mexico. Recently, India has participated in CERN experiment, which is conducted near Geneva for identifying the existence of God particle. So with this, we'll conclude our class today. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.